All right, pay close attention. This apple right here, it looks normal, right? Just an ordinary apple. But what if I told you it's not what you think? Hmm? What if I told you that this apple isn't even real? Oh, sure, you can see it, you can hold it. If you take a bite, you'll even taste it. But I promise you, something much weirder is going on here. Stick around because by the time we're done, this apple is going to change the way you see reality itself. Because here's the thing, reality is fake. No, really, nothing you experience is actually real. Not this apple, not the chair you're sitting on, not even the sound of my voice right now. Everything you see, hear, smell, and feel is just a bunch of signals inside your brain. Your brain is trapped inside your skull. It's never touched the real world. It's like a computer in a locked room getting fed information through a bunch of wires. And guess what? Sometimes that information is wrong. Hey, friends, it's Steve here again, your second or maybe your third favorite grandfather, coming at you with another episode of Old Guy Insights. And listen, if you want to do something kind today, just hit that like button and stick around for the whole show. That's it. That's all I ask. It's the easiest way to help spread this information to more people. Well, that is, unless you share it. All right, deep breath. Because once you hear this, you'll never see the world the same way again. What if your brain is wrong? Now, let's do a little test. Grab an apple. Look at it. I mean, really look at it. Notice the color. Maybe it's a deep shiny red or has some soft green on it like this one. But here's the thing. That color isn't real. Wait, what? You see, the apple itself doesn't actually have color. What you're seeing is just light waves bouncing off the surface of the apple, and your brain interprets those reflected light waves and decides, this is what red is. This is what green is. But if your eyes work differently, like, say, a butterfly, you'd see ultraviolet light, and then you'd see a completely different apple. So I have to ask, if something looks completely different to two different creatures, what is the real color? Mind blown? Stick with me because it gets even crazier. Now hold that apple in your hand. Feel the texture. Is the skin smooth or does it have tiny bumps and dimples? Now bring it up to your nose and take a deep breath. It smells crisp and sweet, right? Yeah, but guess what? You're not actually smelling the apple. Well, not directly anyway. What you're smelling are tiny molecules floating off the apple into your nose. Your brain takes those molecules and creates a smell for you. If your brain worked differently, this same apple could smell completely different or not have a smell at all. So if color isn't real and smell isn't real, what else isn't real? Now here's something even wilder. Your eyes don't even see smooth motion. You think you're seeing the world in a continuous flowing way like a movie. But that's not true. Your eyes are actually taking in jerky, rapid snapshots of reality like an old school film reel. And just like a film projector, your brain stitches those snapshots together to create the illusion of smooth movement. If you could see raw reality the way your eyes see it, the world would look choppy and broken. You'd probably end up motion sick. It would look like a glitchy video game. But it gets even crazier. What you think is live already happened. You don't realize it, but you're always living in the past. Every sound you hear, every sight you see, every touch you feel, it all happened a fraction of a second ago. Why? Because your brain needs time to process everything. Light enters your eyes. It takes time to convert it into electrical signals. Those signals travel to the visual cortex in the back of your brain. Your brain deciphers the image and then it tells you what you're seeing. The whole process happens so fast that you never notice it, but there's a slight delay. It's like when you watch a live TV broadcast with a few seconds of delay. You think it's happening in real time, but it's not. So what you think is the present moment already happened. And you see this time delay all the time. Don't believe it? You can actually see the time delay in action. Have you ever watched someone react to something like a book drops and it's a loud sound or a sudden movement? There's always a tiny gap between the event and their reaction. Think about a slow motion video of a race car crash. The impact happens, then the driver reacts. Or someone hears a loud noise, then they jump. It doesn't happen at the same time. That's because their brain is always catching up. And if the brain is catching up, that means yours is too. So now let me ask you this. Where is that apple? You say it's in my hand, right? Well, but that's not true. Because your brain isn't seeing the apple. Your brain isn't feeling the apple. Your brain isn't tasting or smelling the apple. It's just receiving signals from your eyes, hands, nose, and mouth, and then making up a version of that apple for you. Vision, touch, taste, smell, and sound are all processed separately in different parts of your brain, and then combined to create your perception of the world. Sometimes the brain fills in gaps or it makes mistakes, leading to false perceptions or illusions. But if you think that's crazy, wait till you hear this. Let's talk about cilantro. Some people love the taste of cilantro. To them, it's fresh and citrusy, like parsley with a little extra kick. But to other people, cilantro tastes like soap. And they're not making it up. It literally tastes like soap to them. Why? Well, it's because of a genetic difference in their brain. Some people have a variation in a specific gene, OR6A2, and I don't know why I know that. It makes them extra sensitive to a chemical in cilantro called aldehyde, and these aldehydes are found in both cilantro and soap. So to their brain, they taste the same. But here's the kicker. What is the true, real taste of cilantro? Is it fresh and citrusy or soapy and disgusting? The answer is it depends on your brain. Cilantro isn't objectively one thing or another. Your perception of it is literally constructed inside your head. Now think about that for a second. If two people can experience the same food in completely different ways, then what about everyone else? How much of what you see, hear, taste, smell, and feel is actually just your brain's version of reality? Now here's the mind-blowing part. What if your brain is wrong? All right, let's talk about how your brain edits reality before you even realize it. Because here's the thing. Your brain isn't just receiving reality like a live broadcast. It's the director, the editor, and the special effects team all rolled into one. It cuts out scenes that don't seem important. It fills in missing details with its best guess. It adds special effects to make sure everything looks smooth. It's like a Hollywood movie production happening in real time. Have you ever had a conversation with someone and later you swear they said something, but they insist they never did? That's because your brain filled in a missing audio, just like a bad lip sync in a movie. And here's something even crazier. There's a literal blind spot in each of your eyes. That's right. In the middle of your vision, there's a small area where your retina has no light detecting cells. You should see a black hole in your vision, but you don't. Why? Because your brain fills in the missing piece for you. It guesses what should be there based on the surrounding details. Your brain isn't recording reality, it's directing it. It's rewriting it and playing it back for you, sometimes with errors. Imagine this. You wake up, something feels off. Your vision's weird. Like everything is slightly distorted, like a dream that's just a little too real. Your hands reach up to your face, and that's when you feel it. There's a strap, a device, something covering your eyes. Your heart pounds, and you grab hold of it. You take a deep breath and pull. For the first time, you see the real world. And it's nothing like what you thought. The colors are different. The scale is different. The space around you feels bigger, more real. And that's when it hits you. You've been wearing a virtual reality headset your entire life. everything you saw, everything you touched, everything you believed was real, it was just a projection fed into your brain. But now you're seeing reality for the first time. So let me ask you something. What if this world, this moment right now, is just another headset? What if you've never actually seen true reality? And what if no one ever has? So now that you know what reality might not be what you think it is, you have two choices. You can just go back to life as normal, shrug it off, pretend this was just a fun little thought experiment. Or you can start questioning everything because once you start seeing the cracks, you can never unsee them. And that's a wrap, my friends. Reality is fake, but now that you know that, what are you going to do with it? Will you keep living the illusion or will you start looking a little closer and seeing the cracks? If this episode blew your mind, hit like, share it with a friend, and check out oldguyinsights.me for more deep dives. Oldguyinsights.me, that's me. A link to a post that I just wrote, and it has much more detail. You'll find the link in the description. Until next time, stay curious, be kind to each other, and remember to do good things. See ya.